Let's jump to the next question, which is have you ever faced any challenges in being responsible as a woman, and how did you overcome them?
Making make sense.
Yeah, you see, in your quest of being responsible, it doesn't have to be anything big. Let's say like being like the leader of your class, something like people didn't want to accept, and then how did you overcome it?
So I'd be very vague, but we need this to happen. Hikimat will show out. Should make sure it works out. Should call up everybody and all of that. And I'm only human. You're only human. You get tired. But then, I don't know if it's me, but I still get critical questions of, you could have tried more. You could have tried more. It wasn't my responsibility. That's why I say rise up to the challenge, even when it's not. It wasn't my responsibility. But it made me feel like, okay, I was doing something. It was nice while it lasted, but I get from it. It was a challenge. I don't think I've overcome it because I just left it. And
even regardless of regardless of you being, because I've been in a situation where I had to like lead a pack, right? But despite the fact that no, just like an example, but despite the fact that you being the person to lead the pack, I feel like every individual of the pack needs to take responsibility for some things. And there's some things I appreciate. People often do this thing a lot, which is when I got there was when I realized how it felt like. And I would tell them, because we used to have like a discussion group, and I'll be the one to like prepare the discussion. And usually I'll be the one to like control it. And then even if anybody won't read it, I'll have read it to come and discuss it. Yeah. Then I'll be like, you guys should also read it now. Then later we share the responsibility, like, oh, I won't be the person always saying this thing. It's your responsibility to go and read it and come back. So that was one thing. Another thing was like, anytime you drop the update on the group and something like, people will have read it too. Before, I used to feel like, need that like validation of like, you respond to it to show me that you've read it, cool? But like later, there's this feature of WhatsApp where you could just swipe and just see people that have read the message. I'm like, okay, they've seen it already, they don't have to respond. But then Prof. Awuson, added all of us on one group like that. And every time this man sends a message, I feel that that is like automatic response whenever you kind of like respond to that message, that someone there is listening, someone there is reading it, even if it's like a reaction, like give it. Yes. That's like your own mini responsibility, your minor responsibility that you just have to like own up to, to keep pushing that leader of the pack to do more. That whatever he's doing is having an impact on those people that he's pulling around. Just show him that just keep on doing.
It's okay, you're doing well.
Yeah. Do you understand? And then, sometimes you don't kind of overcome it. You understand the nature of people. And then you communicate it with them. Some will listen and some will. But if you can get 50% of the pack to do it, you're cool.
Yeah. Okay, about the question of a challenge you face as a woman and how you overcome. I'll still go back to how, like, the family I was raised in. So, like, there are a lot of things that they expect that Rosha should... Like my mom would say, you're supposed to be, and another time I was second to the last born. So I was almost the last born, and there are some things that they expect that my brothers started to be like, I the one that will cook now. So so there are sometimes that like there have been a lot of situations where my mom will not be around, and there are some things that we are supposed to do, and they will not do it. And they'll expect me that, you must do it. Sometimes I will do it, but other times I'll feel like, nobody should do it now. But when she comes back, I'll be the one to take the brunt of the situation. So it was hard, but then you just have to like go around it and like try to be, try to be a proper woman. Although like some of my brothers are like they are even better than me in terms of chores and cooking. So, and there are some that are totally lazy. They don't want to do anything. So you just have to do a lot of things that I feel is not supposed to be gender-based. But like in my culture, I'm supposed to do it, so I just have to do it so that every day they will abuse you.
Sorry, what's one question? Just hold it. Yeah. You said your culture. I don't know, is it different in the North that women are not supposed to do?
I think it's worse.
Well, I actually feel like generally I've not seen any culture that's... I've never heard of any culture that women are not supposed to be doing cooking.
So it's the wokeness.
Yeah, the wokeness now. People are like trying to like be aware that let men do it as well.
Yeah. We need to be able to see beyond the agenda.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
Well,
agenda
let me
that
say something
people
like there is a family, a friend of mine, like in their family. So whenever their brother go into the kitchen, the father will be like, "You, what are you doing in the kitchen? You're a man. Get out of the kitchen." So when my friend was telling me, I was like, "Which kind of upbringing is that?" Because in my family, actually, as much as we have, like my father is just a person that he believes that everybody's supposed to do something.
My
See,
dad washes dishes. And
so
no, it's wrong here.
Yeah.
When I say it, that he even helps us. Okay, so maybe it's just my dad, but sometimes we pile up plates just because daddy will go wash it first because he knows we want to go and read. It's passionate like that. So when my mom is doing, once you go and wash that plate, he'll be like, hey, don't worry, I'll wash it for them. Midnight is calm. He has washed the plate.
Sometimes I feel like
And
it's like a way to reconnect to the family. It's like to play your own role. I don't know if you get it. You see, sometimes the major reason why I do some chores personally is just for me to reflect on them myself personally.
and appreciate what they do.
Yes. Just imagine. You see, I read one Reddit story like that where the guy was like, their dad would often get up in the morning to go and jog. And then after one of their uncle died, he stopped jogging. So then they saw the clothes hanging on the door one day like that, and they were like, Dad, why did you stop jogging? I was like, all this while, he was never jogging. Like, he was always just going to go and gist that his friend. And when they're coming back, they sprinkle water on their clothes like they're tired. Like, so you can imagine, like, there's some things that is when you no longer have them that you tend to like appreciate them more. Yeah. Growing up, my dad would never call me to greet me. It's now that he used to call me, just to say hi.
Stronger relationships. I don't know if it's medical school, but I'm sure. I call them. I don't understand this.
I think it's easier with girls. Remember?
Yeah. So
Also, like me, it's my mom that I do that. Me and my dad is just more of.
I wish I had people.
Chevy, you saw him that day. He just sent me a text by like 11 p.m. I'm in Sokoto. I'll see you tomorrow. We now didn't see. He now left. Like that's just it. But my mom, that's not even possible. Before she comes, while she's coming, after she has come.
Well, another thing on the issue of like losing somebody that is close to them. Actually, let me say the only person I've actually lost that is very close to me was my grandma. So, and that time, like we are living, our house, like where we are staying, is not so far from each other. So when she died, because we were on holiday that time, we were on strike. One particular, was it 2021? So we were on strike. So I was not feeling like, oh, I should have been there more and or like. You know, the way we used to I used to dream of my children having like two grandparents, like, you know, grandma, great grandma. So when she died, I was like, God, so my children will never, like, they even never get to meet her. She will never get to meet my children. So whenever people are talking about their grandparents now, I'll be like, wow, you're enjoying, like, I'm always jealous of them. So when I think of my parents, like losing parents as well, I have friends that have lost their parents. So I always like tend to appreciate that, oh, I still have my parents in my life. Also another thing is, I had one classmate when we were in secondary school. So like there was a particular time, like people kept dying in her family. You know, there's always this phase in people's family, like this one died, another person died. So she wasn't like, oh, she's scared, maybe she'll be the one to die next. So I'm always worried. So that time I used to feel like, God, I want to die before my parents. I don't want to like feel the impact of their loss, you get, like in my family.
Just imagine
So
them.
as I was, when I like aged more and mature, I realized that one of the worst things that can happen to a parent is to lose your child. So I was like, okay, well, I'll have to learn to take the loss. They have already lost their own parents, so I'll learn to lose my parents.
You know, usually my co-host then would say he doesn't believe in depression. He would often tell me that, but I don't think there is. It feels like you can easily snap out of depression. That you're like kind of like dwelling in that loop yourself. You can actually get out of it. But you know, when you think you can actually get out of it, but like there's no rope, there's no ladder to pull you out of it.
what if there is and you don't believe in it?
Yeah, somehow. But you know, one of the key things.
There is and you feel like the rope would cut. Depression, sir. No, like depression is deep. No, like what if there is and you feel like if I hang on, what if I get disappointed? People call it ejaculate. And they disappoint you, you hit your bum on the floor.
So I feel like
No, it's not, this topic is not depression. But then you can also be responsible in the sense where depression, you know that your friend is in depression. You know, your parents can be in depression and you strive. You pull them. Don't worry, I'm there. You're being responsible. It's not and then I hover a lot over people that I love. So I'm learning to not over. It's like, I'm there. It's okay. You can. It's okay. You constant reassurance. For a person in depression, it's your responsibility. That's it.
Person that let me tell you something.
I would like to say
You need to be like. Let's just go to the next question, so we just don't kill the whole thing here. Okay, this one is very interesting. I think we have spent so much time talking. Yeah. So I think one thing we ask is, when it comes to being responsible, what's a small daily habit that makes a big difference in your life?
I think I already know what this one is. I know. I said this one. That was a joke, sorry.
Okay, so recently, I started adding 2 things to my daily routine. I haven't done those 2 things for like 3 days. I started again today, and I'm having a wonderful day. Wow. Even though I'm tired, school is not schooling, but I started wonderfully. And also, what you know that I'm going to say is, when you're going out, okay, I speak to myself in the mirror. I don't know, say it's what's the word? No, there's a word. When you like life too much, I can't remember the word.
romanticing your life.
No,
You like life too much.
Like. What do you guys?
Vain?
Yes, vain. You could say it's vain, but it's not. It's a. I go, Hikimat to Kareem. We're going to have this day, and when I speak to myself, it's my responsibility to myself.
You talked about dressing up to school.
Yeah, that's all part of it.
Yeah,
It's
I feel like even if you wake up in a bad mood, even if you wake up in a bad mood, yeah, because like dress up nicely. Sometimes the compliment people will give you for dressing nicely boosts your morale. I don't lie. You see, sometimes when I go to dissection, because I'm often the person that dissects my goods, so I'm bringing this dissection to every time. But like, I get to the dissection room in a very bad mood. But because we got to like find those structures we were looking for, it gives me like 50% energy to carry out the rest of my day, which is very nice. So like sometimes kill whatever it is that is stressing you out. You see,
focus on the now.
On the now, and like get.
My mom taught me this way. When I was still in 100 level, I would iron clothes for 2 weeks. Until now, I don't really do that anymore. But I wish to go back to it. I'd iron clothes for 2 weeks, down to the scarf that I'd wear. Because she would iron clothes. Is it the blouse?
You iron the clothes yourself?
Yes, blouse, skirt. She'd iron it the entire week, and she'd know that the next thing is the next week. Your clothes are not piling up.
That's not my mom's.
Your clothes are. If your clothes pile up, I'm like, remember, like, talolo boom. What's a boom? Sorry. Who's the? Why are you a dirty girl? But then it's all boils down to differences. But for me, what do? I start my day fantastic. The 2 things that I've been doing, that's really been helping me. Like for the past 1.5 weeks. But before that, it was Hikimat. You are going to have this day. This day is not going to have you. Inshallah. That's it. And then when I dress nice, I smell nice. I feel nice. Before leaving the house, I'm smiling to myself. I don't own people's smiles, but I owe myself to treat myself nice.
Do you often do this thing? Because I do it a lot too. Whenever I have a bad day, just hold it.
Okay.
Whenever I have a bad day, it's not necessary to be honest.
Right.
Whenever I have a bad day, I often like give myself till the following day to refresh the energy.
Sometimes helping people makes me feel better.
No, it does, honestly.
I don't think it's sometimes. I think it's every
But
time.
you
I
have to
don't
go
even know
to,
if it's a bad habit.
Why do you give arms to help people?
No, that's not what I mean.
Helping people.
Helping people. You're frowning. I enjoy making people
What have a
smile.
friend that doesn't believe?
I enjoy making people. I enjoy making people smile.
Yeah. Put
Your-
this one on your face.
I enjoy making it, because there's no way you tell me that I've made you smile, and so at that moment something has not like relieved you.
Even if you need to.
Even if it's a little, even if the next moment you go back to your sorrows, that's your business. But I've done my part.
I think Rosha is the one to answer the question, right? How anything that she have taken responsibility for have impacted her in some sort of way.
Yeah, well, it's actually a very little thing, and that's like brushing my teeth before going to bed, actually.
Wow.
So Like a lot of, let me say before, yeah, actually before I used to like
It's
just
very
brush
easy.
once
It's
and go to
You're
bed.
hitting with that.
Yeah.
You waste space.
So, but like,
I tried, I wasn't able to.
wow, oh, so it's a big thing
It is
actually.
a big thing.
So I started taking my dental hygiene just like about, let me say 2 years ago. I started doing scaling and polishing twice in a, let me say once in a year. So,
Come to you for tips.
so like the dentist would be like, make sure they taught me how to properly brush my teeth because that time I was doing it wrong. So, and now whenever I go to bed, like before I go to bed, I brush my teeth. I feel this kind of happiness, like this joy that, oh, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm taking care of myself. So it's like boosts me. Another thing is like laying in my bed. Like there's this happiness when, oh God, you just showered and then you just jump on that freshly laundered. It's so nice. Yeah.
But like, that thing where you lay your bed before you go to class.
Yeah, so when you
Yeah.
So when you just want to come and lie down.
Yes.
That feeling is.
Or when
Yes.
you arrange your room.
Yeah.
Exactly, like before.
But especially in the morning when you feel like I'll be late when I'm doing this thing. But then you just do it regardless because when you come back, you enjoy the feeling of coming back
You're
and.
tired, you don't need to start arranging again, you just lie down. Because
Or when you clear your table.
The joy when you come back to a freshly made house.
Yes.
I come back, bed laid, table neat,
Books
books arranged, everything.
During the exam period, bro.
Oh my god.
Anytime you come, okay, you feel like
You don't have to worry
you
about
are too
anything
busy, bro.
anymore.
No, you feel like, and it's therapeutic when you're actually doing it yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, like you're giving it to someone else to do.
Someone else.
You kind of like know the in and out of the thing, and then you get to reflect on. Sometimes the reason why you're leaving the trash on the table is because you're not the one picking it. So it gives some kind of level of improvement because when you know that, oh, every time I litter, because sometimes maybe I've seen people do this thing often, like whenever they eat something, they just keep it beside their bed. But imagine if they were the one cleaning it and they have to like raise the bed to pick it out. They will stop and get a basket and keep it there. Do you know? Like, you need to learn because you marry somebody and then you have to like manage that thing. Like, I don't want you to manage much. I know you manage some things, but I don't manage much.
You don't have to manage dirt with it.
Yeah, like don't manage much.
Also, another thing, I actually feel like environmental hygiene says a lot about mental health because, like, as I age, I kind of understand. Yes, I kind of understand that in that parents will be like, wash plates before you go to bed. Like, there's this thing when you wake up in the morning and all your plates are clean. There's this happiness, like
If
God,
you
like,
don't wash
or
plates,
when you
my
wash your
mom
clothes.
wake you
I'll
up
lie.
and clap.
Up
Say, who did you leave it
See,
there?
I like keeping my plates clean, my clothes clean. There is this joy I actually feel when my plates are neat. And I just wake up, oh, all my plates are actually clean.
I shall not lie. It's not. Maybe it's not this year that you know me now.
I know you know.
Like 1 month plate good days.
And
Is it-
but you took it on yourself as a responsibility
to
yourself to
start washing. Yeah, I don't like because
I think that's the best quality a person can have.
because there was a day I was washing plate and Ted was like, you dey wash plate? I said, you get now? Like I've been using it back on him. He came to meet me yesterday. I was like, Alpha guy, I want to cook stew. Wait till be your budget for that stew. Because I told him a couple of times, like, guy, too much indomie. This guy is very. Don't let me cast him on here, Sha. But like, he just came like, I want to be cooking stew. Like, what's the budget of stew? Like, how much does it cost? Like, how do we do it this week? Because normal, they used to send him stew, and all of us we used to eat the stew together. Like very quickly. And he will still give us. They will bring him chicken and we share it for all of us. Instead of keeping it, we share it for all of us. And we eat it together, like we do a lot of stuff together. And then I just like the fact that we are just like growing differently at different pace, and we're not like making anybody feel bad about your speed of growth.
We're actually like bettering each other.
Yeah. Because and Ted acknowledged that one day.
What you like washing plates? I don't know who you got the washing plates.
It's from you now.
But
I did wash plate.
Okay, Sha, you washing plates. But me, it's like the way you wash clothes. Like that thing shocks me. How you come back from class maybe by like 6 or something. I'll come out by 8 p.m. This guy has put torchlight because light has gone down and he's washing clothes. I'll be like, what's my excuse? Because there's one guy in the house I usually pay every week to wash clothes because I got lazy. Like before I used to wash my clothes myself.
What happened was that? Honestly, I didn't really mind. I
Once
didn't.
in a while, for me, mine was like a habit, just week after week after week.
Yeah,
That
you
was
say
fun.
Abu could go on that.
That's even something as like my singlets, like something I can do by myself. Is like he can do it, so he should just do it. But then I saw like Kiva every time. Early in the morning, he's washing clothes. He has come back from school. He's washing clothes. There's another guy that sits in our compound, Don too. That guy, every day he's washing clothes. I was not like, what am I now? What's my life? What am I telling myself?
I know, people often tell you that it's time wasting, but I don't think it's time wasting, because if I appreciate the quality of the clothes a lot, I think I would take my time to wash
It's
it.
also like that thing that they said about like washing plates before you go to sleep, because when you wash the clothes, it's time wasting. Okay, let's say it's time wasting, but then
Exactly, you've done it. Let me tell you. This one is actually very interesting. There's this team textbook I used to read. So they had this like textbook on time management or life in medical school. Okay. I don't like reading books, honestly, so I just open it once in a while when I'm bored. I just check it. So there was this particular story that they just gave. It was like, just imagine now you're planning on traveling, and then you're low on fuel. Yeah, and then you're low on fuel, and then you guys want to like start going, and then your wife will be like, we should fuel the car before we go. And be like, no worry, don't worry, we'll fuel it on the road. And then midway, the car break down because of lack of fuel. Okay, if you feel okay, because the first time, the initially you should have fueled the car because you felt like you felt like it will waste time if you fuel it. But now you have to waste more time.
Yeah.
So you should always try to do things at the right time, just to save yourself some time, honestly. Because if you wash that plate before you go to bed, the next morning, because there was a day I will figure that if I wash my Crocs before going to bed, the next morning I'll find it very neat.
What about as a medical student? No, I would like it outside. What about as a medical student?
Okay.
Not washing plates now.
Okay, honestly, yeah.
You
'Cause,
cover. Sorry.
I had to like repeat my class. So like I got to like learn a lot from these things. So there was a day during the European when I was having my rough time, I had to like watch videos online and stuff like that, because I don't enjoy reading much like that, but I enjoy like listening to podcasts, watching videos to learn from people. So there was this thing that they laid emphasis on, that repetition reading. Like when you
Repetition you read. What
yeah.
you repeat and
repeat. Because you feel like some people are like geniuses because they read and stuff and grab them at once. Like we are different, really. I didn't even know myself. I found myself along the line. I figured that I don't move as fast as some people move. Some people might read a particular part 5 times, and then I'll read it once and I'll hold it. But the thing that I waste my time, because that one that they skip, that they don't know very well, that they feel like they just finish it. Me, I want to learn it very well before I move on. So it takes more time to like cover stuff. So I got to realize that. One of the things that when I was watching that Harvard video, and then like 2 professors sat down together and they were like, you just keep reading it over and over again. Don't feel bad when you read and try to prepare that again. Just go and carry it again. It's easier when you go back. It's always easier. Like it's always easier when you go back to it if you've read it before.
You guys all have experience.
Yeah, but like one of the major reasons why I failed biochemistry the first time was because it was always boring.
Yeah.
Do you get? So even up to now, there's something that's really interesting, because I assign time for community health and physiology practical on my timetable. Like this time is for community health, this time is for physiology practical. Because if you don't give them their time, you always feel like they're stressing you out. Yeah, you need to actually assign time to them, and there's always time. Don't think that there's no time. You're not even a doctor yet now.
Exactly.
You're not a doctor yet. Like, what if you now become a doctor? What will you now do? You say that you won't speak to your parents, you won't speak to your siblings because what's time?
We have someone that who
create
had that
time.
mentality.
Me, I had the mentality. So let's just jump to the next question.
Do you still have more?
Okay, they said, what's one responsibility? We've asked that already. And should I ask you guys this? I don't know. But I said, how does your view on responsibility affect how you view other women?
Is that something you guys want to open a can of worms? You guys?
No. Me, I don't actually.
I'd rather not, but
no, if you don't want to, you don't have to.
No. This is vague. It's vague. It's there are some things I was brought up with. I'm learning. Not everybody was brought up with it.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you very much.
That's a good intro. Like
I was brought up with it. It was instilled in me. You don't do this. People, in fact, majority. Now I think my mom. Not like when she went extreme, it makes me a better person. But like so the standard is so high. Cause she tell you I can work anywhere in this university. Nobody can say anything bad about me. Cause I won't drag myself on the floor. I'm confident. So it just where did you get your confidence from? Since I was in primary 3, my dad would be like, okay, I write very very, very, very fast. So as a child, I was already writing very fast, primary three. I came home, daddy, they were bullying me. They said that before teacher I've even finished writing, I finished writing. Tell them to mind their own business. MYOB. Mind your own business. Through primary three, primary four, that was my chance. Hey, Hikimat, mind your own business. It's built a lot. Now I know that some people don't have that confidence. I try to have it. I try to
Something
have it.
eats you regardless, regardless of your confidence. But I feel like one thing we humans should acknowledge is that not like it doesn't eat you, but it's how you respond to it. So there are two things. There's the reaction and there's the response. The reaction is how you almost immediately react. So if you learn to tame your reaction and rather than think on how to respond, it's very important. Because you've trained your confidence so much and the way you obstruct people's view on things on you. Do you understand? You've trained it so much. But someone like me, although I've trained it to a fair extent, but I will never see that whatever they say doesn't get to me. It gets
it
it.
does get to me.
Do you get?
It does get to me, but it's just that now I understand that not everybody is that confident. I'm confident in my rubbish a lot. How can I be saying stuff and it's rubbish and I'm like, no, it's like that though. And I'm arguing with a senior. That's how confident I am in my rubbish. No, I read it like that. And then 95% of the time I'm wrong, but the 5% I'm right. Oh my God. You won't hear it. It's a bad habit. I should stop about with my seniors. But the point is, we're brought up differently. We are brought up a lot. In fact, here we are brought up differently.
Completely.
It's here that you just no, we're different.
That actually brings up one idea for our podcast.
Another thing is, actually, when I came here, I realized that the way, Southern, let me say Yoruba people, the way they, brought you up is actually very, it's kind of very different. There are some things that happen in the hostel, and be like, if you didn't have parents, they didn't teach you manners. I'm serious. There are some things that somebody would do, I'll be like, there are some things that even if they don't teach you manners you're supposed to know for God's sake. For example, you carry somebody's bucket from a room, you go and drop it in. They just finished washing toilet, you already spoiled. You cannot even. It's better for you to steal somebody's water and flush the toilet. At least it's somebody's cost, just one person's cost that will cost you now. But now, everybody, I also sometimes and these people who dress out, looking very nice in public, and you're doing all this kind of things.
But now it's your responsibility
exactly,
as well to tamper down that emotion.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to. It is not what two different people.
You have to tolerate this.
Exactly. So
it down to tolerance of
other people. Yeah.
My mom brought me up like this.
Yes, but then
not even my mom.
just
my environment.
Yes.
Brought me up like
yes.
this.
Some things
brought me up like
after learn to compromise in the hostel. Till now, I don't like hostel seriously. I don't like bullshit. Me personally, I don't like and people do bullshit a lot. Yes. So I don't like people I don't.
Bringing it down to what I think of other women, but it's that I actually recently found out that I tend to be more appreciative of people that we have like minds. That I don't have to.
Have you ever heard from people that go outside the country and how they try to embrace?
I don't have to explain how it's like this. You understand that this is how it should be done. Yeah. So I kind of inclined towards them, which is something I'm also trying to.
How do you become friends?
Which is also something I'm trying to change. Which is no. Sometimes you could be friends with unlike minds.
That's how we stayed friends, not how we became friends.
Yeah, okay. It did. So yeah, sure.
Yeah. You want to say something? Okay, so while we're wrapping it up. So this is like the wrapping up, Sha. So let me just cut it short. So if you could give one piece of advice on being responsible to your younger self, what would it be?
My younger self, I think I would like to tell myself that it's fine, everything will be fine at the end of the day.
Really?
Yeah, that's
In terms of actions,
responsible. Okay.
Responsible. That would be better for be able to your own betterment.
Well, I'll say
You'd have started very early.
yes. Yes, I think one thing I would like to actually tell myself, both my younger self and my present self, stop procrastinating. I know that you can do it at the last minute, but I don't understand from the beginning. Yes, I'm always procrastinating. And funny thing is, I always get it done. I'm that last. So it's I'm like, well, I'll still get it done. But it's actually always disappointing, especially if I'm not right. I'm like, well, I still have deadline. Sometimes somebody was like, okay, maybe it should be removing a week from my deadline and like setting up, telling myself that oh, it's supposed to be so so instead of so so. So I tend to procrastinate a lot. And one thing I would like, another thing I would like to be responsible for is like just try to be more like open to people. Like I don't know how to use my always kind of like I'm not so very open. Yeah. Yes.
I'd probably be first off, I'd probably have read more during the strike. God I beg. Yeah, I'd probably be like read more during the strike to help you. I read, but
Not the way you should have.
not the way I should have. I was still feeling I'm seeing the result now. It's not bad, but it could be better.
Better, yeah.
Like the younger version of me, I'd ask her to be less open to people.
Okay.
You feel like you said too much?
It was too open.
I mean, I
It
don't
was
know.
a dumping side of emotions.
But I feel like, yeah, I'm like, there are levels to being open. That's how.
No, so
Be
what she's
less
saying
open
like,
is set up boundaries
yeah,
early.
she have
But sometimes when you
boundaries.
say
You
that,
don't
it
have to be
becomes too
hot. I'd be like,
But mine is I'm not open at
She
all.
had no boundaries
That's
at all.
fair.
So it was more like
It's-
it was hard for her to start building the boundaries.
now,
because everybody
now
was
when I build boundaries, I feel guilty. It's a start now. So now that you're building it, you don't feel guilty for not doing this. That is not my responsibility. When I don't do it, I'm like, but I start giving excuses that are unnecessary. But so it's like start setting your boundaries as a younger person. Know what you want to do. I knew it, but then I didn't have an outline what you want to do. You know when you're like, I want to be a doctor. I'm not a doctor yet, but then like outline a lot of things. Plan. God is best planner, but then you should also plan. You should work towards it and be very prayerful. I was prayerful, but I should have been more prayerful. Be very prayerful. Be thankful. Gratitude.
Yeah. You should dissect your success too, because
And then
forget to do that.
you shouldn't measure success, what you just said, as big feats. Success was yesterday for me. Even though I don't feel it is, but you know when you're trying to learn, success was yesterday where I didn't want to
If you
read.
treat success as failure, then you understand that it's usually like a period of time. Because usually people often set goals like high up there. No, they even meet it. But and then what?
Number one.
You know, like and then what?
Exactly.
Okay, you want to be the world champion. Do you understand? But rather, I want to enjoy.
This was just for a day. Look at that. And then I don't meet it, and then it's a problem.
Yeah, you feel.
Oh, let me tell you something my mentor told me. Yeah, it's a female. She said, when you set goals, we had this argument with Ivy. So he said, when you set goals, set a percentage.
My mentor said same.
When you reach 70% of it, be fair with yourself. Not like you're chasing the 70, but like life is full of all sorts of circumstances that you can't predict. Yeah. So take that chill and like, oh, I achieved 75% of the goal. I'm cool. Even with your test, chase the 100. When you score 80, oh, how do I improve? Don't be too hard on yourself. How do I improve? Do you understand? Oh, should I have like quickly started my revision 2 weeks before? Do you get?
Yeah.
And you know, there's this conversation we had with my co-host that time, because it was like you can give something 1,000%, but that's not the only thing you came to this earth to come and do now. You know, there are families, there's work, there's friendship.
I thought coming here was going to be a waste of time. Wow. No, I really thought, because I'm like, I have a test tomorrow.
Thank you for that.
I've been like, okay. My test will be Friday, that's why it's today, but
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay. But I've read. No, I have read. I don't know what God has in store for my test, but I have read. So I feel like you need the relaxation. It's not exactly relaxing,
get it, so I don't
but then it's a refreshing moment. You deserve it. So now, and I'm telling him, I don't want to go again. She's like, why? I'm like, how many hours is it? But then it's not all about school, but it is all about school. Yeah. But I know that even if I were reading at this moment, I probably wouldn't gain 20%. So it's only fair that I do something that I enjoy, which is talking and gaining things, than just, and this book is not entering. Then I just read this page. Why is it not entering? And I'm learning, so it's...
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for deciding
Yeah.
not to.
Because like why I actually came up with the idea to actually stand on this my podcast, because I have this other job I do with Amboss, where I get to like be the ambassador and tell people about Amboss. But the reason why it's still on hold is because we have to actually bring it to the school directly. So that's what we've been on. And I've listened to podcasts on Amboss, and they interview multiple doctors. And one thing they've always said, like every one of them have always repeated, is like you should always have something else to fall on. Like you should always have that thing to fall on. Because it said this book becomes overwhelming, that when you don't have anything to fall on, you fall on the ground.
Yeah.
So have those extracurricular activities that you actually used to go to. Maybe it's the beach, maybe it's like take a walk, hiking and stuff.
Me, you, tests, and all of
Yeah.
that. We still find time to. We have tests, we have exams, we have.
Like we do TDB, marathon TDB on PlayStation. Like that's for another day.
That's another day.
Yeah, like we do marathon, we do TDB, play FIFA till the following morning, and then we meet people and be like, after what you I read, and like, do you get like we didn't do anything?
There was a time during.
And there's the sleep deficit again.
It was his birthday. We were reading. When was your birthday, sir? May 24th. What? May 5th. Sorry. So we were reading, preparing. He invited us that we should come and it's his birthday. We should go. So we went out to Marrakesh. We played game. We played air hockey and some stuff like that. It's like it was just so reflect. Like when we went back to class, the way we bought we bought energy drinks. You understand? But like we took a break to enjoy time with people that we
This brings me
enjoy.
to my article on hiking.
You wrote
Where,
an
like,
article on hiking.
where the ending is, no matter, like for medical students, but no matter how like little your break is, it only refreshes you in the end as a medical student.
That's 100%.
My friend that went for the hiking, you should have seen the glow on her face when she came back.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Yes, like this one.
It was beautiful. It just releases. So when you get you
Yeah,
you just
you have renewed motivation
Just
and
ready
renewed
to do
determination.
non-medical things once in a while.
right.
It depends on what you enjoy it online, because there are a lot of those things.
Yeah, I feel.
There are a lot of those things, but you should know what is fun to you.
Yeah.
Like don't be like, okay, this person, and it's always good to try it out, right?
Yeah.
Because in Lagos, I have friends that go to bar like almost every day, and there was a time I would like go with them, maybe on weekends to watch football, while they chill around. But later when they ask me like, "Alpha guy, let's go," I'm not going there. Even up till now, even I don't enjoy it. I don't like the noise. I don't like the fact that I have to get dressed to go there, and I don't like it. Even this one of going to watch football at Vincent's. You ask me, am I going? I said, no, I want to stream it. I was like, wait. I said, because I don't enjoy when people start saying trash about the team that me, I'm supporting with my life. And it's like, it's like, I'd rather stay in my room and this is that if they do any, Real Madrid, they're actually doing well. So like, midway, if they are doing any, I can just like quit the month, like, people are playing rubbish, rather than having to walk down from the Vincent Center. Do you get? So like those things. So not to prolong this whole thing, so not to waste time. This is a lot of editing for me. So we'll like skip the whole thing. I'm really glad you guys came around. Despite the fact that you're having a test tomorrow and then you're having like a very busy schedule. Thank you very much, guys. Like,
honestly, thank you guys.
even being the first female guest speakers that even agreed to be featured on the podcast. Thank you very, very much.
Honestly, from the depths of our hearts.
Yeah.
we have our gratitude.
Thank you very much. And I really do hope that you guys really enjoyed these things. Yeah.
So
I would
Thank
hope
you.
you'll be open to coming back
Next
for
time.
more.
Thank you.
I would like you to share mental health stuff. So
Yeah. Thank you very much. Like, I really appreciate it. No, I feel like my goal here is to get lecturers involved at the point. Like, some of our lecturers to just come and give us insight. And Anna's dad is one of my targets. To come and give us some insight regarding mental health in medical school.
Yeah, I would like to mental health.
Medical school. Because it's really underrated. I listened to one podcast on Amboss, this Beyond the Textbook, and they were talking about how Spain lays so much emphasis on mental health, even more than the US. Like they create a whole section for mental health, and you often go to some hospitals that they don't have
Anything on psychiatry?
Yeah, they don't, because they don't believe it. It's a big problem. Do you get? But this our society is really ruining people's mental health. especially the social media apps. Yeah, I think stepping out of it really helped me find my way around it, dictating what I want to do with it rather than what it was doing with me. Like, it was really big. And thanks to you guys. Like, I really appreciate it. And Fred, thanks, man.
I'm so sorry for
As the advisor, thank you
not your
very
advisor,
much.
but
Yeah,
yes.
thanks. I really appreciate it. And shout out to Ted too, and Anas for giving us the room too. Yeah, thank you very much.
You guys should tune in for more. We have a lot of very important episodes coming forward.
Yeah, and just like we'll cut this one into pieces too. So thank you very much, guys.
Do you
have any more thing to say?
Any last words?
Nothing.
Yeah. Thank you very, very much. Bye. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.